Hello everyone, I myself Mahmoud Afratas. I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's degree in computer science engineering in Vedama Engineering College. Today we are going to see about Numpy. Numpy is a general purpose array processing package. It provides a high performance multi-dimensional array object and tools for working with these arrays. Before going into the topic, let's see what is an array and how we can declare an array without using Numpy, and how to what is the difference between an array and a list. So what is an array? An array is a data structure that contains a group of elements. Typically, these elements are all of the same data type, such as an integer or string. This is an example for an array. At zeroth index, we have first element. At first index, and we have second. 2, we have 34. 3, we have 5. 4, we have 6. This type of arrangement you would have seen in list. There is array and list are similar, but there are slight differences. I will explain them to you with an example. Before, how we will declare an array without numpy? We have to import array library, and then we have to use this syntax to declare an array. Variable is equal to array is a function. Between the array, you have to give the type code. Type code is what is that? If you are for this, the type code is integer, because 1, 2, 34, 5, 6 are all integer values. So you can specify I here. These are the type codes in Python. For Unicode character, you should use U. For integer, you can use I. For long, you can use capital I or L. For float, you can use F or D. And you have to specify the elements in this. This is how we will create an array. Now let's see an example. I am importing array completely, importing every collections using the star symbol. Then what I am doing is that a is equal to array of this is an integer array, and I'm going to just call it. You can see that array of I is equal to 1, 2, 3, 8. Now let's see what is the difference between an array and a list. For a list, you can just simply call you can just simply define it like this, and you can just simply call it. But in case of array, you have to import library array from library. Then you should use this function. Then you should specify the integers type code, blah blah blah. You have to use all these kinds of steps. After these steps only, you can just define an array. But in case of list, you can directly define it easily. This is why a list is used more than array in Python. Another difference between an array and a list is that in case of list, I can use multiple data types. That is, I'm using a integer and I'm also using a string. And now let's just print it. See, this works. But in case of array, if I'm doing the same, it shows me an error. So a list can contain multiple data type within it, but an array can just carry a single data type within it. This is how array. This is the difference between array and list. If you want to define a float, you can just use float of this, and you will get all the values as float. And for same, you can use D also. And if you want for long, you can use long, but there's no difference between it. So this is how an array works in Python. And if you want to access individual elements, you can just simply use a of 0 is 1, and if you want to get the last element, a of -1 is 8. And if you want to add some more element, you can use append function, and you can use 7. And if you call a, it will show you the value of a. And if you want to remove something, I want to remove 1, means it will remove 1 and it will gives you an output. And if I want to remove the value at index 2, it removes the value at index 2 and gives you the output. This is how array you can declare array in Python without using numpy, but you have to import array library, and then you can use array.